Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel, it's your boy Cosmic, and in this video we're gonna be going through the patch note that I received today for the upcoming uniforms of Ancient 1 and Mordo. Ancient 1 got a tier 3, by the way, and it gets a new exclusive uniform for her, so we'll dive into this. So we got 2 new uniforms for Ancient 1 and 1 for Mordo, and we got 3 transcended characters: Mordo, Caecilius, and Cleo. So let's get into these uniforms. For Ancient 1, he's still Blast, but it's a she right now, it's a female character. She remains Blast, a superhero, and the uniform is gonna be on 40% discount. For the uniform effects, we got all buff effects increased by 20% and all debuffs effects increased by 20%, and skill damage, bonus damage 25% respectively. They changed for his 4-star passive, her 4-star passive and tier 2 passive, and they enhanced her leadership. Her leadership right now gives all Blast allies 50% increase of energy attack. Her 4-star passive gives herself critical damage increased by 30%, guaranteed crit rate increased by 30%, and it gives a reflect of energy damage. Reflect of energy damage up to 45% of max attack. For the tier 2 passive, applies to all allies. Alright, all resistance increased by 30%, ignore dodge increased by 30%. Alright, and increases damage to all elemental damage by 40%, which is a very good support for elemental damage dealers. First skill and second skill, nothing too impressive, just some stun and bind. Third skill gives her some paralysis, some all defense down, and invincibility for 3 seconds. Her fourth skill gives her time freeze for 3 seconds, incapacitation, and it gives her invincibility. Alright, invincibility, a 75% invincibility with ignore targeting, which means that she will not be attacked for 5 seconds. And the skill is gonna be on 7 second cooldown, with the max skill cooldown, of course. It also gives her 100% immunity to all damage, with 20% increase all basic attack and 30% increase all basic defenses. Frenzy buff. On the fifth skill, it gives her all allies, this one applies to all allies, a heal of max HP for 5 seconds, debuff removal for 3 seconds, and increase all basic attack and defenses by 30%, and crit rate by 30%, frenzy buff. So she's quite straightforward, just some frenzy buffs here and there. Keep in mind that she already has a all buff effect increased by 20%, which means that the 20% all attack is going to be increased by, when you multiply it by 1.2, it'll go up to 24%, I believe. And the 30% all attack, all defenses increase will go up to 36% when you multiply it by 1.2. So yeah, she gets in total like 60% all attack, and I believe 60 or 70% all defenses, I believe, around there. So there's that for Ancient 1. As for Baron Mordo, he remains a superhero, he remains a speed type. The uniform is gonna be a 40% discount. Alright, and he gets also other changes as well. His 4-star passive and tier 2 passive gets massive changes. For the uniform effects, it applies to self 80% chance when hit. He gives himself 4-second debuff removal with 100% chance to become immune to energy damage, and reflect 50% of energy damage received. So he also has a reflect, alright, and up to 60% of max attack. But this effect is not always active. It only lasts for 5 seconds, alright, on a 12-second cooldown, but it only activates when you get hit. It's a 80% chance rate when hit. That's how it works with him. For his 4-star passive, 20% recovery of max HP and 100% increase of basic damage for 1 attack. It's a damage proc that applies for the next attack. It's only applicable when you use skill blade whip. the Blade Whip is literally the 4th skill. Alright? So when you use the 4th skill, you get 20% recovery max HP and 100% damage proc. For the tier 2 passive, it gives him guaranteed dodge right by 30%, skill damage increased by 35%, bonus damage increased by 30%, and basic damage received decreased by 30%. So he gets a 30% damage reduction, 35% skill damage, 30% bonus damage, with the guaranteed dodge rate increased by 30%. That's pretty good for PvP actually. For the first skill and second skill, I don't know, this is a typo. They said active 2, but this is a typo. It's just the first and second skill. The first skill is just some physical damage, that's it. The second skill is just some stun. Third skill gives him some paralysis and silence for 3 seconds, and it gives him guard hit for 6 hits that last for 5 seconds. For the fourth skill, it applies to enemies stun and paralysis that ignores immunity for 3 seconds. And also gives him 70% chance to penetrate everything, alright, everything. Super armor, barrier, shield, all damage, immunity, invisible effect, everything gets penetrated. It has 70% chance for that to happen, and it lasts for 5 seconds. On top of that, it gives him 45% all attack increase, and 25% all defenses increase, with 15% all speeds increase for 5 seconds. It's a 5-second frenzy buff on a 8-second cooldown, alright? Which means every 3 seconds you can reactivate the frenzy buffs. For the fifth skill, it applies to enemies silence, paralysis, and that ignores immunity. Also some all defense down that stacks out to minus 60% with super armor, and this one applies to self. Super armor increase all basic defenses by 30%, alright, and a frenzy buff increase all basic attack and all basic defenses by 50%, with crit rate increased by 40% and 100% chance for immunity to all damage. So he's got a lot of frenzy buffs right here. He got like what, a 95% frenzy buff already? Yeah, he already has like a 95% frenzy buff, and on top of that he already has like what, 25% all defense increase from there, and another 50% there, that's 75, and 75 with another 30%, that's 105% defenses increase. So he looks pretty good. He looks pretty good. I like that. Next up, we got Ancient 1 Tier 3. Now, his Tier 3 seems kind of dry. It definitely seems kind of dry. It gives him, applies to enemies. Time freeze with stun, bind, and all debuff removal from targets. And also applies to self, 60% chance to penetrate everything for 8 seconds, with invincibility for 8 seconds. And increase basic damage by 90% for 1 attack. So he gets a damage proc that applies for 1 attack only. The thing is with the whatchamacallit, Ancient 1, he really doesn't have any accumulation at all. He does not have any accumulation, not one bit. He only has like, the only thing he can rely upon is the guaranteed crit rate by 30% and the debuff effect increased by 20%. That's it. That's the only thing he can rely on. But other than that, there's nothing much left for him. Quite literally. So, yeah. He seems kind of dry for that one. As for the awakened characters, Baron Mordoclean and Caecilius, they all have the same effects. Basically, they all have the same effects. From the way I'm looking at it, except for Caecilius, he doesn't get invincibility. Oh wait, he does. Oh yeah, he does get invincibility. Oh, never mind. So yeah, they're all pretty much identical. The only difference that I see in here is that Baron Mordo gets 100% chance to increase critical damage by 50% on critical attacks for 8 seconds. That's pretty much it. That's the only difference that I can see from these these effects of the awakened skills for Baron Mordo, Clea, and Kaiseri. So yeah, Baron Mordo is the only one who gets 100% chance to increase critical damage by 50%. That's pretty nice. It's actually pretty good, but the problem is that neither of these characters have accumulation, so that whole critical damage increase by 50% will not do much if the accumulation doesn't play part of this, because accumulation and the critical damage increase on critical attacks, they kind of synergize very well when you use them. Like a good example is Rogue or Hawkeye, the good example for them. So yeah, I'm not quite sure about this, or Namor, but Namor's trash, he's old, but you get the point by now. So yeah, I really don't see how this is going to play out, but we'll have to wait and see during the testing. I'm most likely just going to buy Asian 1 uniform and test them out, basically, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see. This is the animation for them. As you guys can see, we can just wait to repeat it again. Alright, there we go. Yeah, it looks cool. Doesn't look bad, it looks cool. But yeah. Also, we got new artifacts, and just FYI, these artifacts are not broken, so you don't have to worry about them. You don't have to worry about the characters relying too much on these artifacts at all. So let's get into these artifacts. For H1, he gets increased damage to supervillain faction by 15% and decreased damage received by 30%. He gets a damage reduction by 30%, which is kind of lame. I really hate this. I just hope they just remove this whole flat damage reduction and just place it on the tier 2 passive or 4-star passive. It will make much more sense, it will make much more sense. But yeah, they give him a flat 30% damage reduction, but it's only available in his artifact, which is bad. Yeah, it really looks bad. It has to be on his 4-star passive or tier 2 passive, like, period, bro. He kind of needs that. Any character do need that. For Baron Mordo, he gets activation rate when dodging. This is only when he dodges, alright? There's 20% chance these effects activate when he dodge. Ignore starting dodge rate by 20%, kinda lame. And iframe ignore for 5 seconds. And it's on a 10-second cooldown. So, yeah. 10-second cooldown, and the iframe ignore only lasts for 5 seconds. And it's only 20% chance when you dodge. And this is at 6-star. This is when the artifact is at 6-star, by the way. So, yeah, kinda lame as well. For Kaiselius, he gets increased basic damage dealt to superhero faction by 20% and decreased damage received from superhero faction by 20%. Pretty basic, like, it's not too meta, not too broken. It's pretty basic stuff. For Clea's artifact is actually pretty funny. Look at this. Decrease skill cooldown by 10% and increase all basic attacks by 15%. Like, if you don't have max skill cooldown on your character, what are you doing? Why would you need a decreased skill cooldown on artifact? This is kind of lame, bro. This is actually lame. They could have just removed that and they give her, like, I don't know, damage increase to superhero faction by 10% or 15%, for example. But decreased skill cooldown by 10%, it is kind of lame, bro. It is kind of lame, because you really don't need that if you have max skill cooldown on your character from the details page, right? So, yeah. These are just some game error fixes, by the way. Nothing too... nothing too impressive or anything. Like, it's not a big deal. It's just not a big deal. The only thing is, the event will display wrongly as participates. There's like this bug where it says you have to participate in squad battle. It's actually just acquire the daily reward, but that's pretty much it. But yeah, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. Like, people just go and play a squad battle just one time and they get the reward easily. These are the patch notes. There is actually more for the rewards. Let's dive into the other rewards that they have shown us for the anniversary. Alright, so we got the never-ending 7-year and Marvel Studios Doctor Strange 2 inspired second update event. Alright, this is a second event that we get in for this anniversary. For the uniforms effect, the uniforms are gonna be on 40% discount, and we also get to see the uniform options for them. So for issue 1, we got Loki, Agent of Asgard, which is old and kind of bad because right now Loki has a better uniform. All right, we got Cersei. She's actually very good Eternal support for the Eternals as well. She's very good for PvP as well. Professor X, classic uniforms, kind of lame, trash, not that good at all. Blade Avengers, also not that good at all because he's only tier 2. Mr. Fantastic is alright, not that bad, but it's his best uniform, but there are like better options for that. For Baron Mordo, you got Green Goblin, Dark Avengers, which is a good uniform and leadership support for the Dark Avengers members. Sif, Asgard Avengers, which is actually pretty good. She's a very good support for combat type mainly, and for World Boss Legend, and she's a very good character for ABX. I believe she's the meta alongside Sif. No, excuse me, meta alongside Valkyrie. Deadpool, 30th anniversary. This uniform's not that good at all. Like, he's not meta for anything at all. Quite literally, he's trash. All right, this uniform's quite trash. Valkyrie, very good support, and she's a ABX meta alongside Sif. All right, and she's the best support. She's probably the best support in the game for almost every content out there because she can like literally be used for dispatch missions, story mode, War Boss Legend, ABX, squad battle, everything, like quite literally everything. And Black Panther 3099, which is bad because this uniform is not that good at all. It didn't change Black Panther much at all, kind of trash. So these uniform options aren't that bad, but they're not that great either. We got some hero growth bonus missions, which is kind of good. Decent for the rank up tickets. Not the rank up tickets. The rank type enhancements, which is the blast type. All right, and we get some rewards like a level 5 uniform XP chips. That's for that. And for the never-ending 7-year special event quest, we get a a daily event quest where you have to clear Dimension Mission 10 times, and clear Dispatch Mission 5 times, participate in Timeline Battle 1 time, combine Uru 1 time, and use Craft 1 time. This is like pretty easy. This is like really easy stuff. Not that complicated at all. These are the the rewards based on the letters and the tasks they require you to do. So they're asking you to succeed Enhance 5 times and combine ISO 8 5 times, and acquires daily squad battle 3 times and 6 times afterwards, and then they ask you to clear World Boss Legend 12 times, and then 24 times, and then 36 times, excluding practice mode, of course. Then they ask you to clear Shadowland 5 times, and then 15 times. And after you complete all of these quests, these are one-time quests, by the way. They're not like they don't get repeated all over again. They're like one-time quests. All right. So after you complete all of these, you get a 6-star Mega Potential Enhanced ticket. I really like that. It's quite good. Like, it helps us surpass all these potential shenanigans that you have to go through in World Boss Legend and Ultimate when you want to search for the potential enhanced for the characters. Pretty good. This one's actually pretty good. And we get the available store items, which will be traded with these event tokens. Alright, we get a premium card and CTP and the tier 2 mega rank up ticket and the selector of the artifact and other stuff. So it's like the previous event, and this is another one they've added alongside the second part of the update. Next we got the never-ending 7-year special 7-day check-in. Alright, this is really good. They give us a free Transcended Potential Character Selector. So, Transcended Characters Selector, basically you have to select one of the characters in the selector. They will immediately be transcended for you. So, which are the characters that will be available in this Transcended Potential Selector? they quite literally say it right here at the middle, in the second part of the message. They said, the following heroes can be selected for the selector: transcended potential character item, Spider-Gwen. Alright, for these characters are Spider-Gwen, Elsa Bloodstone, Moon Knight, Medusa, Hulk Amadeus Cho, Red Skull, Shadow Shell, War Tiger, Red Guardian, Doctor Octopus, Silk, Bullseye, Heimdall, Sif, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, Jessica Jones, and Human Torch. Alright? Also, if you have any of these characters already transcended and you select them again, you will get a 512 biometrics of that specific character. So, just letting you know. And we got some energy bonus missions and some rank 1 Black Antimatter and North Stone of Chaos surprise gifts. We got some ranking event character, for Asia 1 and Caecilius. And we get a Sorcerer Supreme memory stage event when you get like double biometrics for Baron Mordo, Wong, Caecilius, and Asian 1. So for the Epic Quest, you go to the Epic Quest and you go to the memory mission, and you collect the bios, and these bios will be doubled, will multiply by 2. So instead of getting 10 bios, you will get 20 bios for each of these stages. Then we get a 7-year anniversary coupon code that will be applicable after the daily reset today. The code is literally MFF will continue. You go to your account, and you go to the coupon and you put this coupon code in it. I don't know what are the rewards. Hopefully it's something good, bro. Hopefully it's something good. Hopefully it's like, I don't know, artifacts for like 4 or 5 star artifacts. Be pretty good. But yeah, MFF will continue is the next coupon code that we will get. Yeah. As for the selector, I'm gonna be making a video tonight about the selector. That hopefully tonight I'll be making one to help you decide which of these selector characters that you want to pick up. That will help you improve your roster in a much better way. So stay tuned for that video tonight. I'll be making a video about the Transcended Selector, and yeah, I'll see you guys on the next video, guys. I'm really excited about this update. I'm really excited about this anniversary. So stay tuned for the upcoming Transcended Selector, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.